Let's face it, learning to play this really cool instrument over here can be a really fun prospect, but it can also be a little bit on the intimidating side. After all, 88 keys, 52 white, 36 black, have to read off a grand staff. Where do I start? Yeah, there are a few things that can tend to intimidate beginning piano students. One of those things I find is students who have maybe had a little bit of experience, maybe with a band instrument or even the piano further back in their past, but they always feel like, oh, bass clef is so hard, right? Because in piano, we have to read from both the treble and the bass clef. And a lot of people have gotten kind of comfortable with their treble clef notes, but when it comes to that bass clef, they just think, oh, I can't learn to do that. Well, actually, I'm here to tell you can, and I have a really simple method for reading bass clef notes that's going to make it so much easier. Let's flip over to my screen. The first thing I'm going to do is start by talking about notes on the treble clef. This is where many people are comfortable. So if I were to look at the line notes, right? So we have E, G, B, D, F. You've maybe heard every good boy does fine, right? Every good boy does fine, or deserves fudge, or Ernie gave Bert dead fish. Some of my kids like to do that one, but you maybe have heard this. You've also probably heard that it's possible to spell the word face, F-A-C-E, in the treble clef spaces. All of that is true, and these are great ways for learning the notes on the treble clef. However, they are not to be confused with notes on the bass clef. Now, a lot of piano teaching methods are going to suggest another set of sayings for the bass clef. And maybe they'll do something for the lines like, great big dogs fight animals. I haven't thought about it in a long time. Or for the spaces, all cows eat grass or something. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but now all of a sudden I have this set of notes for my treble clef, this set of notes for my lines over here, right? Are line notes, space notes. Then I'm going to add two more sets of notes for the bass clef. And now I'm going to try to keep these straight. Well, is it any wonder people get confused? So I have solved that problem by coming up with what I like to call alphabet clef. Who says the bass clef has to be difficult? By coming up with two different sets of sayings for line and space notes down here, in addition to what you're already trying to remember in the treble clef, forget it. It doesn't have to be that hard. I like to call bass clef alphabet clef because if you notice, if we start right here on the first space, not the line, not this note over here, but on this first space, if you simply say your alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you know your notes. Boom, like that. Easy, done. And then we know with the music alphabet that when we get to G, we start over again with A. So, oh, well, gosh, that must be the next note, A. And then if I look at this beginning note now, if I think about, well, what comes before A? Well, because the alphabet repeats over and over, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, well, this note that comes right before A must be G. So that is one very simple way to remember your bass clef notes and get used to them. Now, I have this and a lot more in my Key Start Foundations Book 1. It's a free course. All you need to do is comment beginner down below, and I'm happy to show that to you. In my next video, I'm going to talk about another fear that beginning students have is losing their place on the music and how that can kind of compare to situational awareness that even pilots have to be aware of. So I'll see you in that video next.